You are made of trillions of cells. Inside almost every one of them is a twisted ladder of life, a tiny molecule that decides your eye color, your height, even how you react to caffeine. That molecule, DNA. But do you know who discovered its shape and how close we came to missing the answer entirely? This is the story of rivalry, X-ray beams, stolen data, and the race to decode life itself. Let's rewind to 1953 and meet the scientists behind the double helix. By the early 1950s, scientists already knew DNA existed and that it carried genetic information, but no one knew what it looked like. Imagine trying to understand how a car works, but only being allowed to touch the hood, never seeing inside. That's where biology was. To crack the secret of life, scientists needed the structure, the 3D shape of DNA. Because in biology, structure equals function. Knowing the shape of a molecule could explain how it copies itself, passes traits, and builds everything from brains to bones. So, a global race began. The heart of this story are three names, and one that's often forgotten. James Watson, a young, bold American biologist. Francis Crick, a British physicist turned biologist with a loud laugh and a big brain. And Rosalind Franklin, a brilliant chemist and expert in X-ray crystallography, a method that lets scientists take literal pictures of molecules. Watson and Crick were working at Cambridge trying to build models, think pipe cleaners and cardboard, to guess DNA's shape. Meanwhile, Franklin was in London, capturing actual images of DNA using X-ray diffraction. One of her photos, now famously known as Photo 51, showed an X-shaped pattern. That X wasn't just beautiful, it was a clue. It suggested DNA wasn't straight, but twisted into a helix. Now here's where things get complicated. Without Franklin's full permission, a colleague at her lab shared Photo 51 with Watson. He immediately recognized its importance. Using that photo, along with data Franklin herself had calculated, Watson and Crick built a model in 1953. Two strands twisted around each other, linked by pairs of bases like rungs on a ladder. They discovered the double helix. They published their findings in the journal Nature in the same issue as Franklin's own data. Watson and Crick became science rock stars, but Franklin, she received no credit, at least not then. She died just 5 years later, at the age of 37, never knowing how important her work would become. Discovery changed everything. Knowing DNA's shape explained how it copies itself, the basis of reproduction. It laid the groundwork for genetic engineering, forensics, personalized medicine, and even ancestry tests. And it raised deep questions about who we are, how diseases work, and how much of our destiny is written in code. The double helix became a symbol of science, of curiosity, of the hidden blueprint in every living thing. The discovery of DNA structure wasn't just a scientific victory. It was a reminder that breakthroughs often come from competition, collaboration, and yes, even controversy. Watson and Crick got the credit. Franklin provided the clarity. Together, they changed biology forever. So the next time you look in the mirror, remember, your story was written in a twisted ladder of molecules, discovered in 1953. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this dive into science history, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that double helix of a bell icon